Hello, I'm Janet.
And I'm Amber.
And we are two girls
and a bottle of wine. Because men like boobs.
And girls like wine. It's two girls tonight.
I know. I actually almost said that I was Ashley.
Oh, why?
That's why I paused. I was like, who am I?
Oh, my goodness. Identity issues.
I know. I'm so used to her, like, going first before me. Like, threw me off.
Well, Ashley is stuck working. Boo.
Ugh.
No
Yeah.
bueno. No bueno.
No good.
So how are you?
I'm good. It's been a good week so far.
Good.
Ish.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear that. It's been a good week for me personally, but I have to disconnect from the rest of the world to feel that way.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot going on.
Yes. And it's kind of like taken over. Like, I feel like people aren't thinking about COVID-19 as much anymore.
Right.
And that concerns me. I'm like,
I know there was
guys.
One of the dark humor Instagrams that I follow for cancer patients. It's called Cancer Patient. And they had posted, somebody on Twitter had done a tweet that said, it was kind of like a sports reference or something where COVID was up in the running or something like that, 3-0. And then, racism snuck in and now no one is even thinking about it.
And
it was a better phrase than that. But.
Right. And I know this is it's a very important topic. Neither you nor I can understand completely. Yeah. It needs to be discussed. It needs to be addressed. But I think it's also being used as a platform for unnecessary violence.
Yeah, I agree. I think people are using... How did I think about this earlier? It's, we're trying to stop hate by giving more hate and by promoting more hate, as opposed to trying to educate people, which has been the biggest thing that people have been asking for. But we're not educating. Not we, but there's a lot of people that aren't educating. There's a lot of people that are just doing hateful things. And that's not what is going to solve it. That's not what's going to stop this. And so it's really sad that that's what's going on.
My heart breaks for the world right now. It's just, it sucks.
And I know today people have been doing the Blackout Tuesday. And instead of posting hashtags about Black Lives Matter and all of that, it's been a Blackout Tuesday where I think they're requesting that, or the initiative is everybody who is not of color posting just a plain black picture and using the one single hashtag, and then letting those that are of color and that have experienced this in a way that the rest of us can't imagine are to be going onto these social media platforms and educating everyone and providing that. I think that's helpful too, is hearing people that are of a color and have been having these experiences. They're saying the looting and the hatred and the additional violence, that's not helping. That's not getting our word out. It's just making it worse. And it's, in some cases, it could be proving a point about violence. And so it's important.
And I was thinking, and I'll run this by you here live, to honor Blackout Tuesday, we're not going to post this tonight. We'll post this tomorrow. We had it on our schedule to podcast tonight, but, in honor of Blackout Tuesday, we'll post it on Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. So let's talk about the blueness.
Yes. So,
it was a progression.
Yeah.
You should go from the progression.
So, well, let's start with the fact that, one, I haven't done anything with my hair since 2016, 2017. So the last time I dyed my hair was in 2016. And the last time I cut my hair was the beginning of 2017, right before I started chemo treatment. And So then I lost all my hair and it's grown back and it got really long. It was probably just right above the nipple line. We'll say it that way. And so on Sunday morning, I went into the hair salon as a sandy brown, I guess it would be called. Because it wasn't really a brunette. Like, it wasn't super dark. It was very light colored. And I left a blonde.
Yeah, you did.
And then, I was very blonde. And then on a Monday, I went into the hair salon blonde, and I left with blue hair.
Light blue.
It's got a lot of different blues. Like, some of it is actually, like, a little bit darker on the ends and throughout it. But it's a lighter blue than we were anticipating, but I still love it. This is something I have been wanting to do for a very long time. And so my virgin hair had its cherry popped on Sunday. So they were so excited at the hair salon because I had virgin hair. Nothing had really been done to it. And so it was nice to get a little bit of normalcy back from what my prior life used to be like. And I chose a hair salon that was very attentive to the COVID-19 guidelines and policies and precautions. So it was a very good experience.
How does your hair feel now that it's been stripped and deposited?
I know. It feels so good. And so the part that I forgot to mention is that it's cut. So now it's just a little below my collarbone, or like right at my collarbone. And it was funny because I made her cut it 3 times.
You're like, not enough. Keep going.
I know. Like, we sat down and I was like, hey, well, I want it this length and I want some layers. And so she starts cutting and I'm like, yeah, that's not enough. So she cut more. And then I got home and I blow dried my hair because my hair salon wasn't blow drying hair. And so I blow dried my hair and I was like, this isn't short enough either. So when I came in on Monday, I was like, yeah, I'm going to need it shorter. So
what does Nick think?
Nick really liked it. He also really liked the blonde. Both of us really liked the blonde, which we were not anticipating. But we both really liked the blue as well. And Piper, when I came home on Sunday, did not recognize me.
That's awesome.
I got out of the car in the driveway. Like, she saw me pull up and she was kind of excited because she could see me through the window. And when I got out of my car, she was howling. She was barking. Her little mohawk was raised. Oh, she was pissed.
Who dis?
I know. She ran to the door and I thought she was going to eat me.
Oh my gosh.
She eventually figured out it was me.
How long do they anticipate the blue to stay in?
So the reason why we did the blonde first is because they're thinking that with the blonde, we did a balayage. So that way it can fade a little bit and still like run into it. But I think it'll probably be like 2 months. It might be a little bit longer just because I don't wash my hair all that often. But it should fade into like a greenish color, which I'm kind of excited about.
Yeah.
So, and then I'll go in like 4 months and do either blue again or a whole new color.
And you didn't tell us the color. Like, you just said you were doing a fashion color. And I had to Google. I was like, what does that mean? And I Googled and it like showed me all these rainbow hairstyles. I was like, she's going to come out a unicorn.
Oh, I know. I did consider the rainbow, but I was like, that seems like a lot of work. So this was what the hair salon lady, she had in stock. So we kind of just went with it. So next time we'll do, now that we know each other, since she was a new hairstylist, we'll plan it a little bit more ahead of time. Everybody thought I was going to do pink.
I had no assumptions.
Yeah, I'm too light skinned, I think, for pink, depending on the pink. So, but yeah, I'm very excited.
And I know when I've had like rose gold put in my hair, it lasts a week and then it's gone.
Yeah, it's really hard. That's why this being a lighter blue, like I really like it, but this should be something that we see in like a week or two. Because as soon as I wash this, it's going to get a lot lighter. So that's why we wanted it deep, deep blue. So neither I or my hairstylist thought it was going to be this color, but that's fine.
But you're going back in a week? In a couple weeks?
In 2 weeks. So I have an appointment on the 14th. And then if something opens up earlier, I'll go in though.
Got it. That's awesome. I think it looks fantastic.
Thanks.
And you'll have to post one of your pictures on Two Girls Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
The number 2 Girls and Wine. Follow us and see Amber's blue hair.
Woo-hoo.
Awesome. Well, it's been a busy week in Bachelorland.
Yeah, it has. Lots
so much going on. We're in between Bachelor shows, but there's a lot dropping. I think the biggest news and the most shocking news, people were sending it to me, was the fact that Colton Underwood and Cassie Randolph broke up. Less than 2 years together. I know. I really thought that he was quarantined at her house with COVID-19 and...
Right? Well, and so I know that they kind of put out a statement saying, that they just had really thought about it and they're just more meant to be friends. Right. But I did see a couple other articles that came out later on that talked about how Colton was ready to settle down and wanted to get engaged and get married. And he's been ready for that for a while. And Cassie just wasn't willing to do that. Or she wasn't ready. I shouldn't say she wasn't willing. She wasn't ready. So a lot of people are speculating that that is actually the bigger reason that they split. So
interesting. She went on The Bachelor, where you're supposed to end up engaged.
Right? I don't get
2 years post that, she's still not ready.
Yeah. There's always people like that they come in, I'm just not sure that I'm ready. Then why are you here? Why are you here?
Right. You're just wasting our time. Poor Colton.
You wouldn't have had to jump over a fence had you just not come over. But
we still have the fence jump.
Yes. It tides us over from the last horrible Bachelor season.
Yes. So that's sad news. And then Hannah Brown, I think it was on, Saturday, she finally broke her social media silence and did an Instagram live. And I was in the middle of watching television and my phone let me know Hannah Brown's going live. And I was like, what? This is going to be something. And it had been 2 weeks since she had used the N-word on an Instagram live story, and she came out and was like, I was ignorant. I'm learning. I've learned a lot since then. I'm continuing to learn. And she is claiming that she's no longer as ignorant, but she wants to keep on learning.
Sorry, I choked a little bit there.
Don't do that.
I think the way that she handled it, I know that it's later than people wanted it to be, and it's probably in a different way that people didn't want it to be, or whatever the case is. But I still think, and this is one of the things that still drives me nuts sometimes about Rachel Lindsay, because she still kind of backlashed on Hannah Brown saying that this wasn't done the right way, and she doesn't think that she'll ever change. But I think that it's important for everyone. Everyone handles everything differently. And maybe she needed that time to truly just understand what she did wrong, because to her point, she was ignorant and didn't understand what she was doing. Mm-hmm. And the impact that her words would make or her actions would make. And so she did it her own way. And I like that she took accountability for it and offered up that, I wasn't thinking, I wasn't educated. And now with everything going on, now is the time to educate. Now is the time to learn about what racism truly is, how to not partake in comments that can offend other people and that continue to spread hate. And so I really like how she did it. And I think, to Tyler Cameron's point, we should continue to try and lift others up instead of bringing others down. So maybe she didn't do it the way that you would have done it or that you liked or whatever, but let's lift her up for at least still doing it and not trying to just come back on social media after 2 months and pretend that nothing happened.
I think she needed to take those 2 weeks, because if she had come out 2 days later and said, I was wrong, I was ignorant, now I'm not ignorant, there's no way that much education could have taken place in 2 days. So
I agree.
Everyone's going to have their own opinion. Amber, what are you doing? Yep.
I'm plugging in my laptop.
Okay. All of a sudden you fell down.
I'm on the
ground. Are we podcasting from the floor now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we're not in her shoes. Nobody is in her shoes. I thought she handled it well. And, I was watching the comments and there were people who are like, oh, you're fine. And there were other people saying, you're not the ones that should be accepting her apology. Right. Again, as white people, we can't really accept her apology. We can support her and you know, but it's a tough time.
Yeah.
Very
definitely.
tough time. In other Bachelor news, it seems to be official that Victoria F. or Victoria Fuller and Chris Soules are dating exclusively.
Which I'm very excited about.
She keeps posting random photos. I don't even follow her. I just randomly will search for her and Chris and see like commonalities. She's been in Iowa for quite some time now.
Which it just goes to show you just everybody deserves a little bit of grace. Not a huge fan of Victoria Fuller, but I love the fact that based on how she was on Peter's season and just if we're judging a book by a cover, which we're not supposed to do, she's hanging out on a farm in Iowa,
right?
Which I would have never imagined. I don't know. I like this little couple. I hope it works out for both of them. They both deserve some happiness.
And in farming life, now is a pretty busy time. They're growing the crops. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good for them. We had mentioned last week that Jenna Cooper was pregnant, and you had said she was about to pop any day, and she did. She did pop. She welcomed a baby girl Saturday afternoon.
So she promised her followers that she would post something when she was heading to the hospital because it was so far into her due date. And she posted, and in 20 hours, so from the time she posted that she was going to the hospital, it was 20 hours, and she already had a photo in People magazine with a baby. I was like, damn, girl.
That's how it works, man. People magazine, when they pay for that photo, it is fast.
Yeah. And she looked good.
Yeah.
And I think the little girl's name is Presley, if I remember correctly.
I didn't see that, but I will trust you that you know what you're talking about.
I want to say that's what it was. Because I was like, oh, what a cute little name.
Yes. And then HBO Max premiered. And
yes, it did.
I do not subscribe to HBO Max. I know that's where you can find Friends, but I have been slowly buying the episodes on Amazon so that I can watch them whenever I want without paying a monthly fee.
Yeah.
But it also has some Bachelor shows available. Ben Higgins, Nick Viall, Colton Underwood, Caitlin Bristow, JoJo Fletcher, Becca Kufrin's seasons are all on HBO Max.
Very cool.
Yeah. And they have a few seasons of Bachelor Pad, which I never watched. Did you watch Bachelor Pad?
No, I want to see an episode of Bachelor Pad.
Well, it's on HBO Max. They have seasons 1, 2, and 3, as well as Bachelor in Paradise seasons 4, 5, and 6.
Makes no sense. But
not at all. And they also have the Bachelor Canada, Bachelor Australia, Bachelor New Zealand.
Isn't one of the Bachelor Australias, I don't know if it's season 2, but or season, because it looks like they only have season 2 and season 5 for Bachelor Australia. But I think one of the Bachelor Australias is where like 2 women end up leaving like in a relationship together.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
So could be interesting.
Yeah. So if you're interested, I think it's like $19 a month. I don't know. I don't know the details, but it also has Friends, The Big Bang Theory, The Sopranos, Wonder Woman, Casablanca. It's HBO. They have a lot.
They have it all.
Right. So Verizon gave me a year of Disney Plus. I was really hoping Verizon would give me a year of HBO. But they haven't.
I have a feeling that one's not happening.
No, I have not. And I was so excited when I got Disney Plus for a year. I was like, but really nothing I ever think about going to watch on Disney. I had great intention to watch like Little Mermaid and Lion King and all my favorite movies from when I was a kid, but no.
Yeah.
In other celebrity news, Julianne Hough and her husband Brooks Leach. They separated after almost 3 years of marriage together, which they hadn't been quarantining together. And that was on my radar, so not a huge surprise that this announcement came out.
Yeah, I know. And some people actually, so there's been a lot of speculation I've been reading. So last year, Julianne Hough also came out that she is bisexual. And So there was some flutter about that, but a lot of people have actually been speculating that it had something to do with her dogs. So she had a type of Cocker Spaniel. She had 2 of them. And she posted a photo that was her saying goodbye to her Cocker Spaniels because they passed. And apparently there has not been any photos of her and Brooks since that time. So they wonder, there's been speculation on if maybe it had something to do with Brooks. Like maybe he left them out and they got hit by a car, or like something that he did and she just couldn't forgive him. Because they were together, I think before 3 years of marriage, weren't they together for, holy hell, Piper just scared the crap out of me.
I don't know how long they were together. I just know they were married for 3 years.
Yeah, I think they were together for at least, maybe just a year and a half, maybe a year and a half or 2 years. But like Ashley had a creeper the last time, and now I have a creeper.
What's up, Piper? I can.
She like ran up to the window and like smacked it. Now she's just sitting here like, staring at me.
Mom, come play.
It's super creepy.
She wants love.
Like it. She does want love. That's weird. Okay, I'm sorry. Super distracted.
No, you're fine. So that's the news I brought. What else you got?
She's pawing at the window.
Got it.
I don't really have that much else news. I really need to get my shit together.
It's true.
I know. Because I always think about stuff and I look at all these articles and I like send you guys articles and then we get to the podcast and like, yeah, I forgot what I sent you guys.
But I looked at the feed from our text messages when I threw the notes together. So I think I've covered everything you sent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do use that as like a platform to put the notes together.
That's good.
So,
my dog is pissed right now.
That you're not paying attention?
Yeah.
Where's Nick?
I don't know.
Is he home?
He really should be. He's home.
Nick,
do
your job.
Happening.
Do your job.
Right? God, such a slacker.
So I was watching a YouTube video, and there was this couple that did this or that competition. So I thought we would divert from your question game this week, and then maybe before next week you can put your question game questions in the notes.
Ooh, yeah.
And
no,
since it's just you and I'm gonna go through this list with you, and we'll go through this list together. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. It's called This or That. For toilet paper, over or under?
So if I had to choose, I would say over, but it doesn't bother me either way.
I'm the same way. I feel like the appropriate way is over, but sometimes I just can't be bothered. I just throw it on the roll. If I throw it on the roll. I have noticed lately.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
That's what I'm saying. At least it's on the thing. Like,
right. Sometimes I don't even put it on the thing. Like, it's on the floor next to the toilet.
Yeah.
Did you just text Nick from your watch?
Yeah, because Piper's creeping me out.
Blinds, up or down when closed?
Up or down when closed?
You know the...
I always like my blinds up.
Why?
Oh. Like the whether or not they go...
When they're closed, are they folded down or up?
I think they're folded down. No, they're folded up. I don't know the difference.
So I've always been one, I liked it folded down because it looked more uniform. But I guess in order to prevent people from looking in your window, they need to be folded up.
Interesting.
I learned that.
I feel like I have the Ring app nowadays, so I'm just going to be like, yo, bitch. Why are you looking in my house?
Do you have more than one camera on the Ring?
No, we just have the one right now.
That's how we are. And part of me wants more cameras. Like,
yes,
especially
I agree.
When Steve's gone and I'm at work and like, I just kind of get a little anxious. Like, how's the rest of the house? Like,
I agree. Yeah. It always creeps me out because people could come in like the back door. Mm-hmm. I mean, they could come into our, backyard or something and we would never see them.
Right.
So I agree.
It's the gateway ring. You get the doorbell, yes. And then they have this whole system you can purchase.
Right.
Ranch or blue cheese?
Ranch, hands down.
I love blue cheese. I love blue cheese crumbles. I love blue cheese dressing.
I like blue cheese crumbles, but very small amounts. I can't. Blue cheese dressing, I used to work at Perkins, and all I remember is the canister that the blue cheese sat in and how gross it would get. And to this day, I cannot eat blue cheese dressing.
I like ranch. Like, in order to avoid calories, I buy the powdered ranch and I'll put it in fat-free Greek yogurt, or I'll just sprinkle it into some egg whites to add the ranch tanginess. They don't have blue cheese powder.
They do not.
Not that I know of. If they do, teach me. Steak or seafood?
Oh, seafood.
See, I'm a steak girl. I'll never pass up on a steak. We were just talking about this
yesterday.
Who?
Nick and I. Because we went to Whole Foods because we were going to grab some food for dinner. And, like, he got steak, and I ate steak. Or maybe it was Sunday. I don't know. But I also bought scallops and lobster. Like, I could be a pescatarian like nobody's business. I could eat lobster and crab and fish and scallops every single night.
My lunch prep this week is shrimp with baby scallops on top of green beans with some powdered ranch. It's very delightful.
Sounds amazing.
And with steak, I can't do meal prep because I like it extra rare. And you can't really microwave steak and it be the same.
You cannot.
So,
No.
chicken wings. Do you like the flats or the drums?
I like drums.
Me too. The flats are just harder to eat.
Yeah. Nick loves those, and I'm like, ew. It's gross. Like, I can't. It's too much. It's too involved. I can't handle it.
That's good that you married someone that likes the opposite.
I know.
You like buffalo sauce?
I hate buffalo sauce.
I do too. It's too spicy.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Oh, I just think it's too spicy. Biggie or Tupac?
I'm going to go with Tupac. Only because Tupac. I think I know more music of Tupac, and that's I remember him more from my high school days. So that's what I'm going to do.
Sheets under the comforter or no sheets? I didn't even know this was an option.
Yeah. I mean, I don't sleep under a comforter because I'll die. I will roast to death. But I do sleep under a sheet. But I feel like the sheets just go under the comforter.
But what if you just took the sheets out?
I mean, I guess it's fine.
You're not decisive. Amber, where's my decisive Amber? Like, you're usually like...
Well, because these are all things that I don't, like, really care about, or I don't think about. Like, I just get in a bed, and then there's a sheet, or there's a comforter, or there's nothing. I just sleep.
So, I didn't even know that you couldn't... Like, you could avoid the sheets. Like, I'm not a big sheet fan. They get tangled. I'm a big comforter fan. I always need a comforter. When it's hot, half my body is out of the comforter, but I need to have that comforter around my shoulders. It's just comforting.
So Nick sleeps with our comforter, and he wraps himself like a burrito because we have our house at 66 degrees.
You crazy.
And I have a fan on. And then I sleep with a sheet.
So he gets the comforter and you get the sheet.
Yeah.
There we go.
So that's why when you were like, I don't really know, because, you know.
Pillow, fluffy or thin?
Fluffy.
Me too. Because, like, the comforter is, like, wrapped on my shoulder, and then the fluffy pillow is what I cuddle with.
Yes.
Coffee, black or cream and sugar?
Cream and sugar.
I like black. I'll put a little Splenda, but no cream. Not a lot of Splenda. Just like a packet or two. Just add a little sweet. I cannot
do black.
Ugh. Boxes for recycling. Breakdown or no?
Breakdown.
Our garbage person wrote on all of our... It was not targeted. Wrote on all of our trash cans, please break down your boxes at the beginning of quarantine. Nice. And I'm like, I was very haphazardly breaking them down.
It is a lot of work. Like, and I understand why they need to be broken down. So I've just started doing it, and it does make more room, but it is a lot of work. It's very annoying. Sometimes boxes don't cooperate.
No, they do not. What are you listening to?
Where did my... Okay, so I brought my stuff down.
Oh, I was like, we're talking on your phone.
I know. That's why I wrote it. I wrote it in my planner. And I got it all ready. Oh, this is what I'm watching. So what I'm listening to, though, I forgot to write down. But I've been listening to the new Maddie and Tay CD.
Okay.
There's a song on there that I wish I had written down that I've been listening to. But it's been a while since they've had music out. And so I've been listening to that.
I don't have any new music or podcasts in my library. Ugh. I've been trying to catch up on all my other podcasts, and now I have an audiobook I'm trying to get through. I have 2 Audible credits and no time or direction on where I'm going to use them.
I know. I'm finishing my Merciful Fate book, which is the 5th book in the Mercy Kilpatrick series for Kendra Elliott. So I am about 75-80% done with that book. Mm-hmm. And then I will start my 6th book, but I am cruising through. I'm still going to reach my goal of books to read this year. It's going to be great.
Yay for reaching goals. What are you watching?
So, well, not boring, but like the World of Dance is back on. So, and that's with Jennifer Lopez, Neo, and then Derek Huff.
Yeah.
And I always like watching it just because I find the abilities of other people and like how they come up with all their choreography and everything. I always like it. It's always a good time. So I've been watching that. I watch that every year. But we found a new show called Genetic Detective.
What's this about?
So this is about a woman named Cece, who was one of the founders of genetic testing for solving crimes. And the first episode, it was still really good, but I think it'll get better as they go, because the first episode, they really dive into what genetic DNA does. And so they talk about how genetics and DNA tell us about our family trees and how she can go back and how they actually find the murderer. So each episode is about a case where she used genetic DNA to find the killer. Based on their families. And so she walks you through all of it and provides you history of the families and the person. And it's really interesting. So Nick and I have started watching that. It's on Tuesday nights. So I'm very excited about that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I came out of my Hallmark Murders and Mystery Cave and discovered Sweet Magnolias on Netflix.
Oh, I've heard of that.
That is what I did all Sunday. Binged it right up. It's fantastic. Has an amazing cliffhanger, so hopefully they'll have a season 2. And it's super positive. It's not like Dead to Me. It's super positive, and there's, life has dark moments, but it's nothing crazy dark.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. Because Nick is all up in Ozark and is almost done with season 3. And every time I come out, I'm like, this is too much for me.
You gotta pace yourself, and then you'll get into it. That's what we did. Or I did. I made Steve do. I was like, whoa, this is too dark. But now, since he's been gone, it's like I'm not choosing the darkness. I'm choosing all the fluff.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Well, I think it would be okay if we abbreviated the podcast this week, because we don't want to force it, right?
Right.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I was trying to think.
I don't want to.
We got our FabFitFun boxes.
Oh, we did. Yes. Not sponsored. You can sponsor us, though, if you'd like.
Absolutely.
What was your favorite stuff?
So I got the phone charger.
I did not.
That's really pretty. But they had one of the little keys from the Giving Key company. They had a little one and it says Believe on it. And so I love that. And it's tiny, it's dainty. So I really like that necklace. So But I think I got a couple of things, but I think the hand lotion was really nice too. It's like a coconut verbena.
I did receive that. I haven't used it.
Yeah. I haven't touched it yet. I just opened it right before we started the podcast.
Oh.
But, yeah. But it all seemed really great.
Yes. I paid a little extra and got extra things.
Yeah.
Which I should not do every quarter that this happens. But I got the sunglasses. I got the little Draper James purse.
Oh, yeah.
I got the little lunch tote for picnics. And then I got like 5 different moisturizers and hyaluronic acid. I did.
But it's such a good deal.
It really is. Because you're not paying full price for anything.
No.
I paid... $50 extra. Yes, I got my passport, my Michael Kors passport. Yeah, passport holder. It's very cool.
I think this was actually my favorite.
Yeah.
So, but I think the extra stuff that I got is I got those little acne things that you put on.
I probably should have sprung for those.
And I got like a little charcoal towel or something that you're supposed to like use when you work out or whatever. Would have been really helpful while we were on the dog walk yesterday and I was sweating blue.
It's been very warm this week.
Yeah, it was 90 degrees. It's like 5:30 and we're trying to like take a hike. Nick's like, you seem to be blue. It's like you're dripping blue off your neck. And I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we both recommend FabFitFun if you can afford it. And if you pay like for the entire year, you automatically get to like get first pick and it's fantastic. I love it. It's like I did Ipsy for so long, but those were just so little sample thingy majig. This is like full size items.
They're full size.
And all of it's useful. All of it is.
I agree. Yeah. I love it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. You were awfully domestic this weekend, though.
I was on Saturday, which made me feel no guilt for doing nothing on Sunday. But like Saturday, I did, of course, my meal prep, and then I bought these racks to go on the top of my Jeep so that when I put my paddleboard on the top of my Jeep, it's not laying right on my roof. And I had really researched these because I'm like, I don't want to buy something that's chintzy and it'll fly off and then all of a sudden I have to pay for someone's windshield. So I got them at the end of the summer last year. And so I finally put them on this last weekend. Super easy and they seem super sturdy. We'll see once we start. I'm thinking about taking the paddleboard out this Sunday. I don't know what the environment is at the reservoirs. As far as like COVID situation, I drive by the entrance to the reservoir on my way to work every day. So my thought is after work one day, I'm going to pull off, go to the guard shack and be like, hey, what's the deal? And then I planted grass seed. I did a lot.
You did all the things.
I know. I did all the laundry. I got everything done. And then Saturday evening, I was like, I don't have anything else to do. Of course, now it's Tuesday and the dishwasher needs to be unloaded and there's always something. So I'm thankful that I was productive on Saturday and that I didn't have to do anything on Sunday. But I just need another me.
Yeah, I understand.
That has the time to do all the things.
Yeah. And so... although we did talk about it last podcast, it's the 2nd.
Oh, yes.
So yesterday was the 1st of June.
Yes.
Which means that it's Feel It on the 1st.
I have it in our notes.
So
I didn't even...
It's okay. So we always want to remind everyone listening that you should choose a time every month to make sure that you are feeling your breasts and your armpits to see if your lymph nodes are enlarged or if you feel just anything that doesn't sit right. It doesn't matter if it's the size of a tiny little pea or less or the size of a grapefruit. Either way, no matter what, you want to make sure that you understand what your body feels like so that way when something does come up that's off, you know what it is and you know that you can go in and talk to your provider about it. And you also can look for discoloration and everything like that. And you don't have to do it on the first of the month. But the first of the month is a great reminder just because there's so many women out there posting that hashtag. And there's so many tutorials on how to make sure that you're feeling your breasts correctly because a lot of us don't know how. So in the shower is a great time, or, have your loved one feel it. I'm sure they wouldn't mind. So, Nick was the one who confirmed that the lump that I found was not there before. So it's always helpful. So just remember to feel it on the first.
That's a great reminder. And thank you for remembering. I even put it at the top of our notes.
That's all right.
I'm a mess. Do you have our positive Polly?
So I have a quote from Martin Luther King Jr.
Perfect.
That I felt was appropriate for this moment in time and how we are all trying to come out of this with a voice and with hopefully change. So the quote from Martin Luther King Jr. is, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy."
Perfect. And wine book, number 50.
Yeah.
Hippocras is a very ancient form of spice wine named after Hippocrates, father of medicine. I'm probably butchering that name. In a bowl, mix a bottle of white wine, a glass each of white port and sherry, 4 tablespoons of honey, 2 glasses of Armagnac. Add a cinnamon stick.
A great one.
Yeah. Add a cinnamon stick, 3 cloves, and some nutmeg and black pepper. Leave for 24 hours and then strain and bottle. Our wine book is getting we're almost done.
Oh no, we're going to have to find a different wine book.
I know, Steve. Oh, there's a couple we haven't done. I need to plan ahead next time. Well, Amber, thank you so much for joining me today. I was leaving work today and I was like, I gotta go podcast. And they're like, why is it called Two Girls if there's 3? And I'm like, we started in 2012 with 2 girls. And then we added 3, 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think it was 2 or 3.
And rebranding after that long of time is just not necessary. Yeah. So today, 2 girls and a bottle of wine. Next week, hopefully we'll have the 3.
Yes, and we will have watched, hopefully, an evening of reruns of The Bachelor or Bachelorette season.
That is next week. Yes. That is next week. So we'll be podcasting next Wednesday, right? That's what we agreed? To give us a couple days to watch. Because it's going to be 2 or 3 hours each night.
Yeah, I know.
So we got to prepare and be able to present to you. So thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure and share us with your friends. And if you're drinking something good, make sure and share that with us too. What are you drinking before we go?
So I am drinking Infinite Monkey, one of their red wine cans. And the wine that I suggested for you last week that I never sent you a picture of is called Stella Rose.
Okay. I will remember that. That's a good name. And I am drinking the Malibu and Diet as per usual. I can't wait until we can do this in person and we start cracking open the bottles again.
I know, right?
All right. Thank you, Amber.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.